Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. Today we're going to be going through the League of Legends patch 10.20 notes. The full patch notes that are going to be coming out in about a week have dropped on Twitter. These are the full changes pretty much that are going to be hitting the live servers. They have like a little TBD on Lulu here, but for the most part this is going to be all the changes. So if you're just coming to this video looking at the changes, you can pause the video right now, read all this over, and we're going to be going through these changes, breaking everything down. But first, we got something more important we need to talk about. In the last video, the patch preview, where we talked about Katarina getting nerfed, we had a ton of very angry Katarina mains in the comments when I said she deserves to be nerfed, and I said finally she gets nerfed. They're talking about how Katarina's just a piss-low stomping champ, and if you think she doesn't need a nerf, you're an idiot, and you must be low elo. She's the easiest champion in the game to shut down and abuse and blah 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 blah, and in high elo it's just the one tricks, it's just conquer. So we're gonna look at some stuff first. If you know Katarina isn't a problem, doesn't deserve nerfs, if she just abuses conquer, if she's just a low elo stomping champ that nobody in low elo knows how to stop, whatever, we got some things to talk about. Because again, the Katarina mains, they dislike spam my last video, which is fine. You know, if you don't like the video, if you have problems with it, whatever, that's great. But some of the comments, definitely go take a look at that last video. A lot of the comments are really cringy, really toxic. Half of them I don't even get to see because they don't know it. But if you like curse like a bunch of times, you put like 5 curse words or certain trigger words or whatever in your comments, they don't even get through. YouTube automatically filters them, and then a lot of the other ones just like, I mean, I can't just sit there and respond to all of them because some of them are just so laughable. It's hilarious, and it's really a great time reading them. And again, if you know, however you feel, whatever, you can leave comments, whatever. But definitely, we're trying to start a discussion in the chat. Keep them at least a little bit reasonable because some of them are just so out of bounds. But here in this video, I'm going to be stating my case. So here we go. This is last patch 10.18, where obviously they're nerfing Katarina from actually 10.19, where you can see she has a 52.14% win rate in Plat Plus, which is fine. She's pretty strong, not completely busted. She's a 7th ranked mid laner in terms of win rate. She has a 7% pick rate. So I would definitely not say it's just one tricks, because when we go and look at the mid lane tier list, she's actually the 9th most picked champion when you sort by pick rate. So it's not just one tricks that are abusing Katarina. It's not just one tricks that are making her have such a high win rate. She is one of the most picked champions in Plat Plus. She has a super high pick rate. She has a really high ban rate. She is really strong. That's why people pick her. She's really hard to play against and annoying to play against. That's why people ban her. So it's not just one tricks. Also, when we take a look at the runes and stuff, she is good with Conquer, yes, but as you can see in Plat Plus, she has a higher percent win rate with Electrocute and with Dark Harvest. It's not even that she's just abusing Conquer. If they nerf Conquer, that would not necessarily bring Katarina in line. It might even raise her win rate if some of the people taking Conquer think it's better, switch over to one of the win rates, switch over to one of the rune pages that is a little bit stronger. Also, people who are saying she's just a piss-low stomping champ, she's 52.14% win rate in Plat Plus. We can take a look at Master, where she has, with about the same pick rate, and still high ban rate. Obviously, this is a very small amount of matches. She has almost a 56% win rate. She still has one of the highest pick rates, one of the highest ban rates. She's still completely busted, and again, even at the higher tier of players, still has a higher win rate with Electrocute and a higher win rate with Dark Harvest. And then actually, if we take a look at some of the other stuff, we sort by gold. She has a lower win rate than in Plat, silver and even lower win rate, bronze and even lower win rate, and iron and even lower win rate. Katarina's win rate actually increases the higher up you get on the ladder. So if anything, it's either that high elo players don't know how to play against her, and bronze players and iron players actually do. They know how to shut her down and know how to CC her and stuff, or once you actually figure out the game a little bit and know what you're doing, you can abuse one of the most broken champions in the game, which is Katarina, who, yes, does she have ways to shut her down? Yes, I get people in the comments being like, she's a very easy champion to shut down. You know, you just have to do blah, 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 blah. You can beat her in lane. You can set her behind. You can CC her. You have a lot of options. Every champion in the game has ways to beat them. There's no champion that doesn't have some way to shut them down, whether it be early game, mid game, late game, with a certain matchup, with a certain champion, with a certain playstyle, whatever. Some of the comments are like, oh, you just have to gank her at level 3. It's like, okay, well, I'm not the jungler. I don't get to set all that up. So some of the comments are just really hilarious, really ridiculous. Katarina has been busted. She has had over 52% win rate for close to a year, if not even 2 years now. She definitely deserves a nerfs, and anyone telling you otherwise is just a Malding cat main, and I'm standing by that. I have my evidence. If you have your evidence, let's hear it. Again, I tried to debunk all the comments that I got in my last video, but with that being said, there was my little rant for the day. Here we go, getting into this, which is the League of Legends patch 10.2 notes. Finally, what you guys are here for. We have the Relentless Hunter nerf. The baseline and movement speed, out of combat movement speed, is going from 10 to 5, and the out of combat movement speed per stack going down from 9 to 8. So that's actually a pretty big buff, especially the baseline obviously getting cut in half. So we'll have to see how that affects stuff. People are probably going to be taking Ravenous Hunter a lot more often because it's pretty good as well, and maybe even deserves a nerf. We have Karthus, his base armor going down and base HP regen going down. Maokai getting a Q damage reduction late game. That shouldn't matter too much for him. Kled, base magic resist going down. That's obviously hitting Kled mid lane a little bit, who's definitely been broken for a while. Nunu getting his base armor down by 3. Kassadin Q shield getting reduced early, so it'll be a little bit more abusable. Not able to scale as easily into the late game, which is obviously a good nerf. Katarina, here's the big one. The passive damage AD ratio going from 100 to 75% bonus AD. That should hit her really nice, especially early in the game when she's building into that gunblade, when she's hitting those AD spikes a little bit. So that'll be nice. It'll give you a chance to actually punish her a little bit. And then aatrox, his R healing amplified from 50 to 70 to 50 to 100%. Illaoi tentacle spawn cooldown going down by 4 seconds by champ level. Excuse me. We got Sion jungle Q damage to monsters 100 to 150%. I don't think Sion jungle is going to be popping up anytime too soon. And then we got urgot jungle as well, who I think has an even lower chance popping up. Especially in, like, I mean, I'm talking about like high elo pro play, anything like that. Passive monster camp cap 60 to 360 to 100 to 360 will help his early clear, and new the W deals 50 damage to monsters. If that's cut off a little bit, it says 50 minimum damage to monsters. We have Ryze getting a Q damage buff. That's 10 at every level, which is actually pretty big because Ryze is able to spam his Q a lot, so 10 starts to add up each time. It's 10 each time you're hitting it, which is good for wave clear, good for poke. Varus E damage 50 to 210 to 60 to 220, and his R cooldown is getting dropped 10 seconds at all ranks. And finally, we have Braum with the Q damage 60 to 260 to 75 to 275, and the Q mana cost 55 to 75 down to 45 to 65. So again, the only change we don't know about is Lulu, but this should pretty much be the full patch notes that go live in about a week. Should be, yeah, September 29th. Maybe even the next day. It might be September 30th. Yeah, it should be September 30th. I believe the patch will come out on Wednesday. But yeah, pretty much every video today, guys. Definitely drop a like, enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below. How happy are you that Katarina is getting nerfed? Subscribe, stay updated on the latest content. Hopefully I catch you guys on the next one. But until then, peace.